Alright, round two. And we're up against a mirror match again, which is unfortunate. It's always a grindy matchup. And, well, this hand is really close to being good. We have a preordained Find Cloudpost, preferably. And then Muldrifter, same thing. We have a dead card. We have the Capsize in our hand already. I think the Capsize in the opener is actually the reason I'm keeping this hand. Well, there it is. And how greedy do I want to be? Yeah, it's not that greedy. I have two Muldrifters. Like, Mountain is the... Well, I guess Mountain's not the worst land. Glimmer Post can be the worst land. But right now it's Mountain. Mountain is the worst land. Wow, my opponents sure are unlucky today. They have yet to have a Cloud Post before turn 4. Actually, I think I better Oracle. Seems weird, but I would have to discard, so... And, like, the body matters later on. I have also Ghostly Flicker. That doesn't really worry me at all. That's odd. I saw a compulsive research from him in the replay. I guess he's playing that and Seagate Oracle. Compulsive is much better in the mirror match. Yeah, so much better in the mirror match. But this is just better everywhere else, basically. So, I guess we're just gonna draw 2 here. Alright, looks good to me. We could potentially Capsize him next turn. Although without a Cloud Post on his side, I think I might just rather continue advancing my board presence until he actually has a Cloud Post, which he might have now. I think he just discarded 2 lands. Pretty sure he did. Yeah, that's kind of tricky with the research. It asks you if you'd like to continue discarding, and or no, it says, "Are you finished?" You can press OK, or you can click another card and it discards it. That's weird though, because like normally you discard the land, then you go for the land you're gonna play, and then you discard that too. But he didn't do that. He just discarded 2 lands straight up, because he would have gone straight for the Cloud Post, I'm sure. So we have actually 1 more mana than I anticipated, so I think we'll cast Prophetic Prism instead of Map. It's a lot of mountains. Two mana. He could have the counterspell. That's the only way he gets away with it this turn. I don't even think like half of the blue-red post players will have counterspell in their deck, let alone this guy in his hand. So we're gonna go for it. We will play around Leak, which is the likely card he would have here. Well, even that's not likely, but that's the best I can do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I do need another land in play. Okay. Yep, got very punished. There's no way I could foresee that. That's fine though. I just have to recoup. Not literally recoup, but mnemonic wall would be best, I think. Or the giant, he would also be good. And as long as this happens before he finds his capsize, we're fine. And in fact, since I actually have an answer for capsize, as long as I don't throw it away, which I might want to do, might want to evoke and then draw an extra 3 cards. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna cast it. Just have the ghostly flicker up. Actually, it's safest, very safe play here by just passing. So I can ghostly flicker plus prohibit, like worst case scenario. Like he could have teachings here, so go get the capsize. Then I could flicker plus prohibit if he had counterspell. Question now is if he flame slashes. Actually, he would have done it pre-combat, so obviously he can't have one then. Well, I don't know what I would have done if I would have ghostly flickered or not. I think I would have to. Just can't pass that up. Okay. Well, looks like I'm gonna get the chance then. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, there's teachings, so I can. The best thing I can do, I think, is brainstorm. So I want to do that right away. Actually, could be tapping a tiny bit better, but and also I possibly should have played the prism first. Depends on how much mana I expect to use this turn. Because I would like to shuffle, so I want to flashback teachings, and then I want to have some stuff open, possibly prohibit. This is a 5 remaining, so 6 prohibit. Yeah. I can actually afford to play the prism, I think. So I should have done that first, just to free roll a brainstorm if it was on top. Ew. That's gross. We'll go ahead and save the Glimmer Post, I think. Well, it gives me more mana than it does him. And I guess we might as well. And actually, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I don't have to cast this yet. 2, 4, 10, 11. Yeah, I can actually cast it. I could cast Preordain, but I'd rather save that for after I shuffle. So this is perfectly fine. Although I also I had Teaching Silence, so I didn't have to have 6 mana. I could have just had 4. Still, I think this is fine. Yeah. That also gives us teachings for counterspell. Interesting. I have to assume if he does nothing here that he has Capsize or Teachings. So if I can flash back though and still have 4 mana open, so. Okay, very nice. Still digging. Yeah, might as well. I only have to leave open so much mana for counterspells. So I could actually just play Seagate Oracle first. It's pretty much a free roll. Okay, that's good. So I think I should have played this first. I missed a free mana. So what are the chances he has something to deal with this? Unlikely. If he had Condescend, he could go 5, 6, 13 if I play this, and then we'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's not very close, but we'll have to counterspell it then. Sweet. If it resolves, I think this game is over. He could capsize it if he has that, but I'm gonna counter the capsize. Didn't have capsize either, or Teachings. Okay, well, what could he have in hand? He has just nothing of relevance. No card draw, no counterspells, no Teachings. He could have a bunch of burn. I find it unlikely that he has a lot of burn, because when I had that Muldrifter in play, he attacked before he killed it. Then he drew a couple cards and played this to kill it off. Yeah, I can only assume he's just drawn these. I'm still very lost in what's in his hand, though. He has a lot of excess permanents, though, so it's gonna actually take a while. Okay, Flame Slash, that's 4 damage, and 2 more damage, and nope, that's it. Okay, well, I'm not gonna block. I'll block that guy. If he Geist Flames me, that would be sick. Wait, why did he attack? He'd have to have Geist Flame. That makes no sense. Oh, it's Red Arrows. I'm stupid. Yeah, he took a long time, like, doing nothing, so oh my god. So I got distracted. I was actually on pause for a while. I'm an idiot. That's fine. I have one more card in my deck that matters. Exactly a single card. But I do have a lot more counterspells than he does, most likely. Because he's played his one counterspell. It's unlikely he has as many prohibits or other hard counters as I do. Well, alright, I'll take them. Also, if we ever got down to the point where, like the burnout point, Um, yeah, I can't do it. Like, we gain too much life. Do I really have nothing to do? I probably could have flashed this back first to thin my deck. With all this excess mana, it's not really a big deal. And I had it all floating, so I'm doing it now. God. Geist Flame. Walked right into the onboard play. Gotta find a Mnemonic Wall. And even once I find it, this game's gonna take forever. God, I just shouldn't have... Crusher should not have died. Well, yeah, it's awful. And I feel like I'm gonna deck out before I can win this game, actually. Which has not happened to me before. There it is. Well, there it is. Do I have enough win conditions to kill him? No, I don't know about in time. I definitely have enough total. I do this ASAP because he has flame slashes, and I'd like to have the ghostly flicker as well. This did bring me down though to 2 blue sources. I probably should have just held it this turn. I'm not gonna draw any more cards. I think I need every turn I can get here. So I think my plan is going to be to capsize wall to bolt him till he dies. So I actually don't have to bounce any of his permanents because he's really doing nothing with that one cloud post that adds a lot of mana. I could just bounce the one cloud post, I guess. It's interesting he didn't bother even firebolting my Maul Drifter. I should figure out how many times I can do this in one turn. Reliably. I could probably go... I would only have one counter spell or 2 prohibits. Well, I guess I can go get an island. And then have counterspell plus prohibit up. Or, etc. And yeah, so I can do it twice in a turn, and then after this turn, and then this turn I'll just bounce Cloud Post, which I should have done on my turn actually. We'll do it on his upkeep. Or we'll do it right now. Yeah, we'll do it right now. And I'd actually... Can I even do this? Yeah, I can do this. Okay. I think I'm better off with him having 8 less mana in play. And even though it cost me 2 of my blue mana. I've never had to win the game this way. I guess sometimes they just concede, but usually Crusher, you know, does his thing. If I'm not an idiot. Mole Drifters can also go the distance. Sure. I don't know what he's planning. Well, that does... It's going to flashback. Okay, sure. This does enable him to counter the Capsize. If I was going to bounce any more of his permanents. Which, if he replays Cloud Post, I may do. I guess that actually is something I need to figure out. Because if I'm doing that, it limits the number of times I can capsize the wall. Also, he's going to be able to gain a fair amount of life. Yeah. So it's going to take me a few extra turns. Okay. Hope I have enough blue mana for this. Like, the capsize is actually pretty relevant. Like, I guess I have to counter it, but I don't have... Like, he can only do it once, and then he has down to 4 mana, so it's not that big of a deal. I guess it does mean I have to bounce the Cloud Post indefinitely. Like, once again, though, I just have to counter it. Or, you know, flicker. Sure. Okay, so I guess he actually... This did bring up a play for him. He has 6 mana open, so we're gonna... I'm not gonna capsize. He can put 2 counters on something, the wall, and then blink those, and then put 2 more counters on it. I think we'll do the end step for the wall. So with the capsize and the flicker, he can do a couple things here, but I'm just gonna counter whatever if he does one of them. And I probably should use my mana to play Seagate Oracle. I was actually just planning on discarding it, but it actually does present more damage. Guess I have plenty of colorless mana to spare. Actually, doesn't actually present more damage now, because he has 2 arrows still. I think he's gonna... Really? You're gonna do that? Just to keep the arrows around? Well, I have unlimited free counter spells, so I'll go ahead and counter it. It cost me a bit of mana, but I do have unlimited counter spells. Yeah, at this rate, I think this game could actually just take the entire clocks, which I probably would end up losing because I'm the proactive one here. Well, that's also because I'm going to deck out if I don't try to kill him. And he's got a bunch of Glimmer Posts still. So I'm either going to deck out or I might just clock out. Very tricky. Gonna go for it here. Even if, like, I could just let it resolve, then I flicker the wall, get back the capsize the wall again, get back the flicker. But since I might as well, 2, 4. You can only counter once. I think we'll just have to wait. Oh, sweet. That was actually a really good draw. Actually, the only draw on my deck that really matters, I think. And I happen to mess that up. Hit it. This mana thing is really awkward. I guess with 2 prohibits in the graveyard, I'm gonna go ahead and get one of them back. Probably should have done that first, but I'm not too scared here because I have it all. And I think that's good. We'll go ahead and add this guy to the board. So I think we're just about used up all of his resources, so we can just start bolting him continuously. Yeah, I think I don't even care about his cloud post anymore. We'll get rid of this guy. Probably could have gotten a couple points in if I'd done that sooner. Oh yeah, there's still the arrows. That's fine. I guess at least I make him use the arrows. Always forgetting about that card. Actually, our clock is pretty quick now. That's 6 points a turn. And I could even get in an extra one, I think. I can't believe he's got 15 cards left. He still doesn't have a Glimmer Post. Okay, that is something that I do have to deal with, technically. So that's going to slow me down a bit. I think, actually, if I just bounce it this turn, that's all I have to do. I definitely don't want to waste Counterspell on that when I could just capsize it. Even though I do have infinite Counterspells, I just don't want to take the time to have to wall back the Counterspell than everything else. Okay. Yeah, so bounce it just that turn, then I'll keep ulting him to death. I think he's dead next turn. And I still have 2 Firebolts in the bin, but doesn't really matter much. I guess that makes it faster when I finish him off next turn. did all this, and I think I caught up on time just a tad bit. We're just behind by a minute now. Yeah, I can't believe he actually is still playing the game. Oh, okay. That's right. He still has a bunch of those. Oh man, that undid so much work. I think I have to counter this now. I'm pretty sure he cannot have any more like relevant counters or not enough of them. Okay, so maybe I don't know if I can get him next turn. Might have to do one more turn. Currently 5 blue mana. Yeah, still plenty. And then we're going to bolt you, and then use a bunch of colorless mana to firebolt you. And we'll go ahead and attack. Oh, he's a 13. Okay, good thing I have this counter spell. And I only have 2 blue open. Yeah, it's still safe with the 2 of these, I think. Uh-oh, condescend for a good 20. Oh no. This could actually be trouble. I could have prohibited that. Oops. I thought I was out of the range, I guess because I'm used to mnemonic wall. I can't pay 13. Actually, can I? I can. I can pay 13. Should I? I think he might have just messed up and... What if he's tricking me? Man. I think I let that resolve. Flicker the wall. No, I can't do that. Damn it. Guess I just prohibit their Archaeomancer? Yeah, of course. Well, I should have done it in the first place, but I didn't. I forgot that I could still do that once again, because I forgot the first time. So it keeps the wall safe with the ghostly flicker. Oops. That actually was potentially awful. Or no, that was bad too. How am I supposed to... Wait, how am I supposed to do this? I just can't do the flicker second main phase. There's no way. Damn it. Well, I hope he doesn't notice that. Okay, good. Okay, now we have to speed things up because we lost some time there. Still get back the counterspell this one time. I think this is our last time we'll need the counterspell. He finally figured out how to F6. Or rather that he should F6. And I think we got him next turn. Whew. I hope we win the next game. This is gonna be hard. Oh, come on. Ugh. Had to do it to me. God. I think I have to take this here. I only have one. Well, no, I can actually. Really? Stupid mana. God, what? Yes, of course I'd like to use the ability. When would I ever not want to use the ability on that card? Okay, 5 life. Alright, we got it. That was a lot of damage. I think it was because I drew Firebolt, so I dealt him 6 off just Firebolts, then 6 more. You got me. Should I still have 5 blue because I did an end step capsize? Oh, for 1? That's fine. Should have gone for lethal. Oh yeah, he messed up. Well, I hope. Oh, that would be so awkward if he actually had the like prohibit. And I'd still get him, wouldn't I? I could counterspell Ghostly Flicker for a counterspell or prohibit. Yeah, I still have him, which is good because I should have been playing around that. Yeah, so the way that card works is a little different than typical burn spells. Typical X spells. You select the X and then you pay the mana. Normally you like click Fireball, click them, and then just pay the mana. This one you have to like click them and then go up from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 30, and then pay 30. Alright, so exactly the same sideboarding, but if we could play faster, we will. Less thinking, more doing. And that's a snap mulligan. I guess we'll keep it. Damn, a 540. Oh god. Yeah, I don't even know. We just can't play fast enough to win this one. He's even F6ing. Well, since he's F6ing, we don't really have a chance to turn the tables on his clock. So really we just have to play as fast as we can and try to kill him. Maybe we can turn the tables on the clock. He's how hard could this be? Okay, he actually took his sweet time there. He disconnected and came back. So I take it he was disconnected or something. So we're actually doing pretty good now. We're up on almost a minute. But we still have to make as little decisions as possible. Just press OK a lot. F6 a lot. Like, I probably would have countered that, to be honest, in this situation. Ooh, wow. Game plan. Holy shit, how much mana does this add? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Turn 4 Crusher. Alright. Yeah, I think well, that's actually really awesome, because looks like we would have won this game regardless of the clock at this point. We would have ripped this Crusher, though. He also had to have that Glimmer Post number 2. So we got very lucky for this to happen, but doesn't have a land. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, I should have played something first, because he's probably going to sacrifice Glimmer Post. So I lose a bit of mana. So we have Mole Drifter, Prophetic Prism, and Pyroblast mana. See, our last guy actually had Wrecking Ball. I mean, we don't have to play around it because he can't cast it. I highly doubt he's playing a Swamp. And I also highly doubt he has a Wrecking Ball. And once again, I think I missed on the pre-combat stuff, but not that it matters. Might as well just rub it in a little bit. The real nice thing about Crusher too is that it has to attack. So when you're like in time constraints, you just keep clicking without touching the Crusher. Alright, that's 2 mirror matches, and we have not lost a game yet. Not bad.